I'm sure you've heard by now that a lot of people are not very happy with Jeremy from the Quartering, and for good reason. If you've somehow stumbled across this video, please don't harass him. Just grab some popcorn, sit back and watch. And wherever Brie Larson is right now, I hope she's doing the exact same thing, because at this point, Jeremy has become his own worst enemy. You may ask, well, what does Brie Larson have to do with any of this? He made over 200 videos criticizing her over the span of several years. He's made so much money from her that he actually dedicated a shed to her.
No. I was giving the people what they wanted. And because of that, look at what Brie sent me. A beautiful Brie shed.
And if you know, well, you know. And now that karma has slowly come around, it looks like Jeremy very much is getting a taste of what he dished out to others. But still, to his fans, he's a fearless anti-SJW free speech warrior. To his critics, he's a content-flagging cry-bully who believes in free speech when it's convenient. He takes other people's viral shorts, while he doesn't want anyone to use his content. Let's walk through some of the situations that got us here. It started when the Kino Casino guys, and that's Andy Worski and PPP, they started talking about allegations involving one of Jeremy's close associates. Supposedly the guy was involved in the swinging scene and he had a criminal record. Well, shortly after their video drops, Jeremy DM'd Josh Moon, the owner of Kiwi Farms, trying to get him to broker a deal with Kino Casino. When Josh passed along the message, Kino Casino refused, saying, well, it looked like they were being extorted. Josh even told Jeremy early on that he should just ignore the whole thing. Ironically, that was the exact same advice Jeremy used to give to everyone else when he was the one dishing out the punishment. So what did the self-proclaimed free speech anti-censorship guy do next? According to multiple accounts, he started leaning on every YouTube contact and report button he could find. The Kino Casino's clip channel went down. Channels like Yellow Flash, Camelot, and others had videos flagged. Later, when Luther Morgan started digging into Jeremy's coffee company, that video too got flagged within about 10 minutes of going up. People started asking the obvious question, how are these videos disappearing so fast? There was a strong speculation that Jeremy has the ability to get channels or videos removed with just a phone call. Something that wouldn't even show up on his public flagging history, which he likes to point out as proof he didn't do anything wrong. When YouTube was made aware of Jeremy's public threats on Twitter, they stayed completely silent. What's especially strange is how hard Jeremy turned on Andy Worski. Worski was the one who platformed him years ago when Jeremy was in the middle of his self-stylized crusade against the Magic the Gathering judges. At the time, a lot of people saw that campaign as Jeremy trying to get revenge after Wizards of the Coast banned him for life and wiped his entire digital card collection over harassment of cosplayer Christine Sprankle. Somehow Jeremy got a hold of the list for the Magic the Gathering judges and made calls for his followers to investigate their criminal background. The problem was that there was a lot of innocent people, including minors, that were caught up in his dragnet. But still, Jeremy put that list of judges up on Twitter for his followers to investigate. That list got removed by Twitter since they considered it doxing. Even though Jeremy denied the doxing label, it didn't matter, because shortly after that, his patron was terminated for the exact same reason. Boy, he sure taught Magic the Gathering a lesson now, didn't he? I told you this guy was his own worst enemy. Now, to be fair, they did actually find one judge who was guilty of past offenses. However, through an investigation by a judge's conduct committee, they found that he was no longer active in the Magic the Gathering community. Well, during Worski's show, the chat completely checked out of Jeremy's story and started flooding Hasbro's Twitter account with Worski memes, treating Andy like a one-man army coming to kick Hasbro's ass. Now, you got to imagine, the poor person running the Hasbro account was probably sitting there wondering, who the hell is this Worski guy, and why are we getting flooded with all of these strange posts? As I had mentioned earlier, he was taking other people's viral shorts and adding a short intro to them, then adding no further commentary, and showing the clip in its entirety while adding his own watermark. And he has several channels on YouTube and at least one on Rumble containing these stolen shorts.
Now this is how to handle a job interview. Check this out.
Why do you need this job?
I don't need this job.
Oh, so why are you here?
I'm here because you need an employee and I want to help you.
YouTube once again refusing to do much. His channel did get several violations, but nothing that actually brought it down. But that didn't stop others from mocking him.
This guy literally steals other people's videos, adds an intro to it, and then uploads it as his own. What do you think of that?
But what are the oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think.
So this guy lives in a mansion, complete with a hot tub for his special friends.
Adam, bro, bring your fucking wife's big old boobs and bring her over to our house. I want you to meet my German Shepherds. Adam knows. Adam has my number. He's super chatted. That's why he's a real G. Peanut Princess, I'm up in Oshkosh. We're all about beer and Delta 8. Yeah. Adam Sellers, it's 9:20. I think you could be to my house by 10. I want to see your wife's big old boobs at my house in the hot tub. Hot tub's toasty, ready for you, bud.
This guy needs a tractor to mow his lawn with, talks about how successful his coffee company is, but he needs to take other people's shorts? What sense does that make? After all of these channels started to get their videos taken down by YouTube, all fingers were pointed at Jeremy. So on April 9th, he gave an apology of sorts. He admitted he should have never implied anything about taking their channel down. Whether the swinging stuff is true or not, or just guilt by association, the reaction tells you everything you need to know about how secure he felt about it. If it was nothing, well, you would ignore it and laugh it off. If it lands too close to home that you start trying to deplatform the messengers, well, then congratulations, you just turned a rumor into the main character of your own downfall arc. Now that our boy Jeremy's gotten himself into a huge mess, well, what does he do? He leans on the one person that's still standing up for him, Melanie Mack, his one paid employee since the others have mysteriously disappeared, doing what he can to keep her around by laying the praise and adoration on thick.
Now, Melanie was the peanut in the turd that was fellow content creators.
So, if I'm to understand this correctly, and I could be completely wrong about this, he's saying that she's slightly above a pile of shit. I mean, damn, brother, that's a pretty low bar to set, don't you think? Although some are claiming that his video is a love letter. Wait a minute, that did not come out right. By heaping praise on Melanie like he was, that would naturally pressure her to remain fiercely supportive of him. Melanie went into full protector mode by saying that Satan the Accuser is working through some filthy roaches. Well, isn't that a part of Christianity where you come clean and admit your faults and not try to cover up for them? Look, if we're really being honest here, Melanie's not defending a friend. She's defending an arrangement that keeps her relevant and gives her a paycheck. And what's amazing about this is she's doing it all with a straight face, even while people are handing her the receipts. So Jeremy's out here tagging the FBI because people said mean things about him on the internet, and some weirdos showed up at the coffee business he claims to own. In the tweet he says, "Everything this psycho is claiming is true." Well, according to Jeremy, that is. Look at this man. Years of stirring the pot, claiming he's for free speech, while trying to get other channels taken down. And now the second the energy comes back the other way, he's calling the feds and acting like he's the victim of a coordinated terror cell run by Andy Worski and PPP. Of course the fans, quote-unquote, all look like this. Yeah, Jeremy, they look like the audience you cultivated, the same audience that you used to raid other people for you, the The same audience you used to harass people like Brie Larson, Rachel Ziegler, members of the MTG community, including Christine Sprankle. Funny how that works. You gathered your internet army and went after hipsters of the coast as you drove that reporter towards a near mental collapse and laughed about it. The article is still up, by the way, so anyone can see it. Jeremy says in his tweet, he's not the only one. Their fans have shown up at our offices, harassed people at my coffee company. Well, is that the same coffee company you asked your fans to help pay for an $80,000 K-Cup machine for?
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I wasn't sure I was going to go public about this, but it appears I have to now. Many of you know that I've got a lot of irons in the fire. You've heard me say, hey, I've got my Mega Mixology cookbook to help fund the new studio.
The studio in question was a corner of a room in his house.
What is the solution? Well, it's to buy about $80,000 in equipment. Miss Mother's Day. It's our biggest sale of the year. And so I said, okay, fine. Put it on my credit card. We're going to just figure it out.
At the same time, he refused to tell anyone where this coffee company was. That was until Jeremy leaked the shipping labels during his own live stream. The labels were then traced back to Java Taza Coffee. Is it your coffee company, Jeremy? It gets even better. The Kino Grove had shown the bottom of the K-Cup box for Coffee Brand coffee. And at first, I thought it was a joke. But no, it was really up at Amazon. You could go look yourself. The state and zip code leads back to Mill Creek Coffee, the same coffee company who also happens to have a cafe, so anyone can walk in, and they do wholesale orders. Gee, that's embarrassing. Going back to the tweet, Jeremy claims it's been nonstop for months. Months. This man has been in nonstop drama for a decade, and somehow, every time it circles back around, he's shocked. Shocked that the same tactics he was happy to use, or at least happy to benefit from, all of a sudden get used on him. And tagging the FBI in a tweet is the chef's kiss. That's not a man reporting a crime. That's a man trying to make a screenshot look serious so his remaining audience feels bad for him. This is a pattern with Jeremy, picking the fight, deleting the tweets, and begging the government, or at the very least, the employees at YouTube, to make the mean comments stop. Strange coming from a guy who said he wasn't bothered by mean things being said on the internet. By the way, every single one of these psychos I have on camera all look like this. Well, okay, where's the proof? Way back when Jeremy got swatted, he posted the evidence of the police being at his house on Twitter, and Bounding Into Comics did an article on it. When he got assaulted at Gen Con, he was tweeting about that too. And for those of you who don't know, that's when Jeremy got punched in the head by a guy wearing a dress. And then Jeremy ran into a bar for help. Well, Gen Con ended up banning not only the guy in the dress, but Jeremy too. So you know that story must have made its way around the Gen Con offices. So he had no problem showing us the receipts when he was bothered by someone. Well, where's the evidence that this is all happening to him now? When Jeremy was supposedly given information about the person that was bothering him, well, he supposedly has yet to act on it. And Jeremy allegedly didn't block this person from Facebook either. So guys, check this out. His life is totally in danger. But more importantly, buy his coffee. Karma has come back around, and people are now digging into Jeremy's past, just as he had done with the Magic the Gathering judges. And they're finding some interesting things. The Quartering is being accused of cookie stuffing. So his critics allege in the URLs buycbc.com and buycbcamazon.com that redirects to his Amazon affiliate link for MTG headquarters. For those of you who don't know, MTG headquarters was his old Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. And he did this without disclosing to his viewers that it's an affiliate link where he earns a commission on all purchases made through Amazon for up to 24 hours. He was also getting reported. Now, from my understanding, is that Amazon will boot you off the affiliate link program over the slightest mistake or issue. And that's probably why Jeremy's no longer using it, but that's just my guess anyway. The oranges were just the beginning. Now the whole harvest is rotten, and his followers are left sipping coffee that tastes like blueberries and regret.